Hello, StarSeeds. Welcome to StarSeed Living. My name is Lorraine. Oh my goodness, so much is going on, so much is happening, so much of the energetic stream has been in this chaotic, disruptive, dismantling to reform a new reality. And we as StarSeeds are on the front line of this restructuring. We are the visionaries, the creators through our intention as we move the entirety of humanity into the new diamond light, crystalline, new earth template. We have been in such an accelerated state of being that for many of us, it's a challenge to straddle, to stay in balance, to hold steady as the energies are, so up and down. I myself have gone into these moments where out of the blue, deep despair, like being plummeted into the depths and then again rising into the heights. And if you are experiencing this, watch my last video because I described a technique of encapsulating the energies. I'm literally seeing the pixelated reality where we are moving in between the dimensional realities almost instantaneously. It's like fractals of dimensions. It's hard to describe. Watch my last video if you need more description, but there's a technique in there that describes being able to encapsulate in the diamond Christed light these moments and fragments to help move us out of the polarized energies faster. And here's the really amazing and wonderful thing. As StarSeeds, we are on point. We are in the point, thrusting through, moving the collective. It's like the wedge. We're at the point, and all of humanity is moving behind us as we thrust forward. And we are taking a tremendous amount of the, for lack of a better term, the energetic pushback. And the thing is that we, StarSeeds, this is what we came for. We are eminently equipped to do this work. But that doesn't mean that we go into sacrifice, because this is not about sacrifice. We do not need to any longer sacrifice ourselves. This is an experience of joy. This is a thrusting forward into the collective, into the void, into the unknown, this extreme love and joy, the codes and tones that we carry as a StarSeed collective as we move everything into our future now. However, we are pushing through the polarity dimensions and divisions and energetics. Remember, we live in an energetic reality. What we see as a physical object is an energetic manifestation through our collective agreement. And as we are thrusting forward through this, sometimes we can get in a state of overwhelm. We can feel out of balance. We can drop into the depths of despair. The really amazing thing in this thrusting forward is that we can step back from point and allow others to step forward. They can be on point while we are processing ourselves, whatever we need to do, until we're ready to go back on point. There is enough of us here manifested in physical form to create a buffer, an ability for, us to step back and regroup and rebalance and get back into a state of joy so that we can step forward again in that state of love, recognizing this is really important. And this is the information that has been streaming through to me for days. We need to stay in as high a frequency as we can possibly manage. And that doesn't mean that we're going to be in the state of bliss all the time. Sometimes we are going to drop into despair. We are beings as StarSeeds feeling the entirety of the collective. So what we do is we stop, we regroup, we do whatever helps to assist us in the raising of our frequency. We raise back up in energy, go back into a state of love, and we need to see humanity as a beautiful gift moving forward, recognizing that as sovereign energetic beings, as extensions of the one, each one is expressing its divine experiment. We are the experiment. We are the one expressing the many in all its fractals of being. And that means that there are some that may be choosing something that is in opposition to what we would choose. And we must honor and respect that and love them anyway. It may be one of the hardest things we do as StarSeeds because we feel so deeply that we look out at the mass of humanity and we witness what we perceive as a negative expression. Something that is so in opposition to what we would choose that we are horrified. And here's the thing. We don't need to look at the individual and the act that they're doing. And I'm telling you, we are going to witness in the coming weeks and months some expressions from the external reality that are so beyond our understanding that we need to hold to the joy, love frequency. Do whatever we need to do to remain in the joy, love frequency. To remember that this is an illusory reality, that nothing ever dies, it transforms. Everything is energy. So as we hold to the love, joy frequency, looking out at the mass of humanity, not condoning or agreeing with the acts, not looking at the individual, but looking at the whole of humanity in a state of love, recognizing that every individual expression, every fractal of the divine is expressing an aspect to expand the whole. So as a starseed, if we can move further out, if we can focus our attention further out into the entirety as a collective, as a whole, it makes it easier to love humanity, to be in love with humanity, unconditionally loving the expression of the divine in form. Because we are holding the vision, we are holding the possibility of humanity as a whole thrusting and moving forward and up in frequency so that we can experience the beautiful new diamond light, fifth dimensional, Christed reality. We know that many of us will be moving into that frequency because our frequency can no longer be held here in this third, fourth dimensional reality. We have elevated our frequencies to a state where we no longer mesh. But what we want for the global community is for as many as want to, as are able to, lift up in frequency to move on into a greater expression of the divine. And by holding humanity, by seeing humanity, remember, humanity is us. We're starseeds, but we are also genetically birthed into the human experience. Everything is energy, and we are seeing the divine in all things. It's critical for our own evolution, and it is critical for the evolution of the entirety of the earth inhabitants. So things that can assist in bringing you joy, going out in nature, walking barefoot, on the earth, in the sea, tuning into the animal kingdom, to the trees and the flora and fauna that are all around us, recognizing that there is an order and a beauty in nature. Music. And I would encourage you to find the original solfeggio, I can't say that, but the original frequencies, the 528, 432, these frequencies of the divine before they were altered and shifted. Finding music, and I know across YouTube there are channels that create this beautiful music that resonates with the 6 frequencies of the solfeggio, look it up. But these 6 frequencies correspond to the chakras, the energy centers of the human body, and aliven and awaken and stimulate their coming back online. And as we move from the root, the survival, up into the higher frequencies. So we have the physical frequencies, the root, the sacral, the solar plexus. These are our physical energetic centers. Survival, creativity, power. And then we move into the heart. This is where starseeds are so powerful, in this heart chakra. And as we open and express and expand and move beyond the traumas of this reality, we open our hearts and we thrust forward into the new created Christed light and expand. And then we move higher up into the thymus and into the throat chakra, feeling that energy expand, and up into the third eye, the pineal, and then to the crown as we merge with the divine. All of these energy centers are reactivating in the entire human collective. Right now, they've been thrust down into the survival root chakra, and that is designed by the opposition that would keep us enslaved and entrapped and from moving up. But here's the thing. Nothing can stop it. We, as an energetic force, are expanding and moving upward into the fields, and there is nothing that will keep it from moving in its natural form. It is normal and natural for us to rise in frequency. And humanity is doing that. It's had a little bump in the road, but if we look out at nature, nature is continuing to evolve. It moves, it flows, it knows how to interact with the natural world to come back into balance. And we are coming back into our Christed, sacred balance. It's a matter of seeing it. It's a matter of holding it. It's a matter of allowing the frequencies, the tones. So look for those solfeggio. I'm not saying that right, but the divine frequencies. Each one of these energy centers and the frequencies actually activate the endocrine system of the human body. But the endocrine system of the human body is a divine energetic pathway, moving us upward in ever elevating frequencies. The endocrine system of the body is the chemical energy signature that creates all of life as it moves forward. And so we have the sex organs controlled by the energy center of the root and the sacral. Then we have the adrenals and the pancreas with the solar plexus, the power. And if you think about what these glands and do, it's about this thrusting forward. And then we move to the thymus. This is the high heart. It controls our immune system, how we interact with and interface with the external reality as we move higher and higher. Our thyroid, which is our voice, and then the pituitary, pineal, and hypothalamus in the brain, which are all right now being stimulated because they are our connection to the divine. They're our gateway to the divine. We are evolving so quickly, and the energies are rising so fast. Keeping aware of these systems, the energy systems, the endocrine system of the physical body, sending love and light and stimulating those centers to activate, come online, and assist in this exponential acceleration into our divine Christed light. We are love. As StarSeeds, we are the carriers, the code keepers, the divine interface. We've talked about this before. We're the bridge. We are bridging the space. We are creating the pointed thrust into and through for all of humanity. We are the light keepers of the universe. We are divine. We are holy. We are the hope of humanity. And there are hundreds of thousands of us and more being birthed every day that carry the codes that will move this ascension forward. Don't go into despair. And if you do, love yourself through it. Remember, you can lean into the StarSeed template, the StarSeed network. We are all here. We've connected before. Just tune to the StarSeed collective, the StarSeed family. Those of us here on this beautiful light, Christed light world, and those that are off-world assisting. There is so much support right now for the entire collective, for all dimensions of time and space moving and thrusting forward. More assistance than has ever been on the planet. So lean into the love tone. Remember, as a StarSeed, your heart chakra, your heart energy center, this space is opened wide, allowing for the love frequencies to be emitted. And if you need to turn them inward and just nurture and love and support yourself, go for it. You're not alone. You're not the only one here on mission. Do not go into sacrifice. There is nothing about this process that says we any longer need to hang on that cross. None of us need to sacrifice. The time of sacrifice is over. Now it is just surrendering to the love, allowing ourselves to feel deeply the joy that comes from knowing we are on mission. We are on task. If you need any assistance, just email me. My email is down below. I'm told my website is up, although I can't access it. I'll put that link down below. And I'm here. You can find me on Telegram. I think it's the StarSeed Path. There are ways to connect. If you need support and assistance, I joyfully and lovingly am here. My mission is to be a support for all StarSeeds as we transcend this beautiful, loving time. Until next time, my name is Lorraine. This is StarSeed Living. Love and blessings.